Hey, 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 English learners. Welcome back to the Daily English Podcast, your favorite place to learn real English, easy English, everyday English, the kind of English you actually use in real life.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. We are so happy you are here with us today. This is the podcast where we talk like real people, share real stories, and help you feel comfortable and confident in English.
I'm Corey,
And I'm Orus.
and together we are your two English friends, not your teachers with a big stick, just your friends who really want to help you grow.
Exactly. No boring grammar rules today. Just real talk, real English, real life.
So, Oris, let me ask you something before we start.
Uh-oh, I already feel nervous.
Don't worry, it's an easy one. Well, maybe not so easy. If I said to you right now, tell me about yourself, what would you say?
Honestly, my brain would go completely empty, like a blank page.
Really? Even you? You talk for a living.
I know, but that question is different. It's so open. Where do I even start?
I think almost every English learner feels exactly the same way. You know your own life, you know who you are, but the moment someone says, tell me about yourself, everything disappears.
It's true, and that is exactly today's topic.
Yes, today we are talking about how to answer the question, tell me about yourself, in simple, natural English.
This question comes up everywhere. A job interview, a new classroom, a party, meeting your partner's family, even a simple conversation with a stranger on a train.
And today, we are not going to give you a script to memorize.
No, because scripts break. The moment someone asks a different question, the script disappears, and you are back to feeling nervous.
Instead, we are going to give you simple ideas, useful phrases, and real examples, so you can build your own answer in your own words.
This episode is great for beginner and intermediate learners. If you understand most of what we say, that's perfect.
And if some words are new, don't worry. Just relax and listen. We will explain every new word clearly, with examples, and we will repeat them so they really stick in your memory.
Maybe you're walking your dog right now. Maybe you're making coffee. Maybe you're on the bus going to work.
Wherever you are, we are really glad you're here with us.
And before we start, a small favor.
Yes, if this podcast helps you, please click like, subscribe to Daily English Podcast, and share this episode with a friend who is learning English too.
Send it to that friend who always says, I want to speak English, but I get so nervous. This episode is for them.
And we're also on Facebook now and Spotify too, so if you'd rather follow us there or listen on your commute, we're waiting for you on both.
Yes, just search Daily English Podcast on Facebook or Spotify and hit follow. That way, you never miss an episode.
And stay until the end today. We have a special announcement, and you are not going to want to miss it.
Yes, something we think is going to help your English learning so much, so do not click away. The best part is coming at the end.
And of course, our regular fun community question too.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's go. Okay, Oris, let's start with the big question. Why does tell me about yourself feel so difficult?
I think it's because we want to give the perfect answer.
Yes, exactly. We think, I need to say something impressive. I need to sound smart. I need to sound interesting.
And that pressure makes us freeze.
Freeze. F-R-E-E-Z-E. When you freeze, you stop completely. You can't move, you can't think, you can't speak.
When she asked me to introduce myself, I froze. I couldn't remember a single word of English.
We've all been there. But here's the truth. Most people are not asking for a perfect answer.
No?
No, they're simply asking, who are you? That's it. Nothing more.
I never thought about it so simply.
Think about it this way. Imagine you meet someone new at a coffee shop, and they ask you to tell them about yourself. Do you expect a long speech?
Of course not. That would take all afternoon.
Exactly. People want a simple, natural introduction. Not a performance, not a speech, just a friendly conversation.
So maybe we've all been trying too hard.
I think so. Instead of asking, how can I sound impressive, ask yourself, how can I be genuine?
Genuine. Genuine.
Genuine means real, honest, not pretending to be someone else.
I like people who are genuine, not people who try to impress everyone.
That's a great example. Being genuine feels so much easier than trying to be perfect.
It really does. And there's something else, Orus. A lot of people think if someone asks me about myself, they're judging me.
Oh, I feel that too, like it's a test.
But most people are not judging you. They're simply trying to get to know you.
That makes it feel less scary already.
Right. Sometimes we turn a simple, friendly question into a difficult exam. But really, it's just an invitation to connect.
Invitation. Invitation. An invitation is when someone asks you to join something or share something.
Tell me about yourself is an invitation to a conversation, not a test with one correct answer.
I love that. Okay, so if it's not a test, what makes a good introduction?
Great question. Let's talk about that.
So, Corey, what makes a good introduction? What should we actually say?
I think it's simple. Tell people who you are, what you enjoy, and what you're doing right now in your life.
So I don't need to list every job I've ever had or every achievement?
Not at all. Achievement. Achievement. An achievement is something you worked hard for and completed successfully, like graduating from school or winning a prize.
Getting this job was a big achievement for me.
Good example. But here's the thing. People remember interesting stories, not long lists of achievements.
That actually takes a lot of pressure away.
It does. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone says, "My name is Corey. I'm a teacher." That's fine. It's correct. But now listen to this instead. "Hi, I'm Corey. I love helping people learn English, and lately I've been finding new, fun ways to make learning easier." Which one feels warmer?
Definitely the second one. It tells me something about who you are, not just your job title.
Exactly. People connect with people, not with job titles.
You know, I think I've been hiding behind very short answers for years.
Like what?
Like, my name is Orus, I'm from a small town, I like music, and then silence.
There's nothing wrong with those answers, but you can bring them to life a little more.
How?
Instead of saying, "I like music," say something like, "I've always loved music, especially in the evening after a long day," or "I started learning the guitar last year, and now it's my favorite way to relax."
Oh, I see. Now the other person has something to ask about.
Exactly. It's easier for the conversation to continue.
The best introductions don't end the conversation.
No, they begin it.
I love that. A good introduction isn't about sounding perfect. It's about opening the door to a conversation.
Beautifully said, Orus.
And here's a small daily example for our listeners. Instead of saying, "I drink coffee in the morning," you could say, "My morning routine always starts with a strong cup of coffee. It's basically my alarm clock."
Routine. Routine. A routine is something you do regularly, in the same order, usually every day.
My morning routine is simple. Wake up, drink water, and stretch for 5 minutes.
That's a great little detail. It's small, but it makes you sound like a real living person, not a robot reading facts.
Exactly. Details are what make an introduction interesting.
Orus, let's listen to a full example together. Just relax and listen first.
Okay, listeners, listen carefully. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Corey. I grew up in a small town, and now I live in a bigger city. During the week, I work as a teacher, but on weekends, you'll usually find me hiking or trying a new recipe in the kitchen. Lately, I've also been learning a little Spanish, just for fun.
Nice! Let's discuss what made that introduction strong.
First, I gave my name. Simple.
Second, you gave a small detail about your background, growing up in a small town and now living in a bigger city.
Third, I talked about my job, but only briefly. I didn't turn it into a long speech.
And fourth, this is my favorite part. You talked about your free time, hiking, cooking, learning Spanish.
Yes, that's the part that gives the other person something to talk about.
Free time. Freetime. Free time is the time when you're not working or studying, time for yourself.
In my free time, I enjoy reading and going for long walks.
Let's listen to that introduction one more time so it really sticks in your memory.
Hi, my name is Corey. I grew up in a small town and now I live in a bigger city. During the week, I work as a teacher, but on weekends, you'll usually find me hiking or trying a new recipe in the kitchen. Lately, I've also been learning a little Spanish, just for fun.
Nice! Let's discuss what made that introduction strong.
First, I gave my name. Simple.
Second, you gave a small detail about your background, growing up in a small town and now living in a bigger city.
Third, I talked about my job, but only briefly. I didn't turn it into a long speech.
And fourth, this is my favorite part, you talked about your free time, hiking, cooking, learning Spanish.
Yes, that's the part that gives the other person something to talk about.
Free time. Freetime. Free time is the time when you're not working or studying, time for yourself.
In my free time, I enjoy reading and going for long walks.
Let's listen to that introduction one more time so it really sticks in your memory.
Hi, my name is Corey. I grew up in a small town and now I live in a bigger city. During the week, I work as a teacher, but on weekends, you'll usually find me hiking or trying a new recipe in the kitchen. Lately, I've also been learning a little Spanish, just for fun.
Did you notice the pattern, listeners? Name, background, job, free time, something new you're learning.
That's a really simple structure. You can use it today, this week, anytime someone asks you to introduce yourself.
Structure. Structure. A structure is the way something is organized, like a plan you can follow.
Having a simple structure makes it much easier to speak without feeling lost.
Now it's your turn, listeners. Try saying your own introduction out loud using that structure. Pause the podcast if you want and try it right now.
Good job if you tried that. That's real practice, and real practice is how you improve.
Corey, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Some people say their life isn't interesting enough to talk about. What do you say to that?
I say your story doesn't have to be extraordinary to be interesting.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Extraordinary means very unusual, very special, much more than normal.
She climbed the mountain in only 2 days. It was an extraordinary achievement.
But don't people like exciting, extraordinary stories?
Of course they do, but here's the truth. Most conversations are not about impressing people. They're about connecting with people.
There's a difference, isn't there?
A big difference. People might admire an impressive story for a minute, but they remember a genuine person for much longer.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine someone says, "I'm a doctor. I graduated from a top university. I've won several awards."
That is impressive.
It is. Now imagine someone else says, "I'm a doctor. I became one because I really wanted to help people. My favorite part of the job is seeing patients leave with a smile."
I actually feel more connected to the second person.
Exactly. The facts are important, but the reason behind the facts is what people remember.
You know, sometimes I think my daily life isn't interesting enough to talk about.
Why do you think that?
Because I don't have an exciting job. I haven't traveled to 50 countries. I haven't climbed a mountain.
Neither have I, and that's okay. A meaningful life doesn't have to be an extraordinary one.
Meaningful. Meaningful. When something is meaningful, it matters to you. It has real value, even if it's small.
Spending Sunday mornings with my grandmother is one of the most meaningful parts of my week.
Tell me, Corey, what do you enjoy doing after work?
I like reading, going for short walks, listening to music, and honestly, trying new small recipes.
See, that's already interesting because those hobbies tell me something real about who you are.
I never really thought of it that way before.
Let's imagine someone asks you, "Tell me about yourself." You could say, My name's Corey. I enjoy learning new things, especially languages. Lately, I've been trying to improve my Spanish, and I love conversations that help me grow as a person.
That does sound much more natural.
Because it's your story, not a memorized answer.
Corey, I think many English learners memorize a perfect introduction, word for word.
Oh, they really do.
And then someone asks a slightly different question, and suddenly everything disappears.
The script is gone, completely gone.
So instead of memorizing sentences, remember ideas. Who are you? What do you enjoy? What are you working on right now? What are you curious about?
Curious. Curious. When you are curious, you want to know more. You ask questions. You explore new things.
I've always been curious about how other cultures cook their food.
Those questions, who are you, what do you enjoy, what are you curious about, those are much easier to answer naturally in the moment.
Exactly, because they come from your real life, not from a memorized page.
You know, I've noticed myself, when I stop trying to sound perfect, I actually speak better English.
That's because you're thinking about communication, not perfection.
And that feels so much less stressful.
Exactly. The goal of language is connection, not perfection.
Corey, there's still one thing I worry about.
What's that?
What if I forget a word while I'm introducing myself?
Then you pause, you smile, and you keep going. Native speakers forget words too, all the time.
Really?
Really, nobody expects you to speak perfectly. They simply want to understand you.
That's actually really reassuring.
Reassuring. Reassuring. When something is reassuring, it makes you feel calmer, less worried.
Hearing that even native speakers make mistakes was very reassuring for me.
Good example, Orus.
Okay, let's practice a different situation now. What if the question comes in a job interview? That feels much more serious.
Good point. A job interview version of "Tell me about yourself" is a little more focused, but the idea is still the same.
How is it different?
In an interview, you can talk a little more about your work experience and your skills, but you still want to sound natural, not like a robot reading a resume.
Resume. R-E-S-U-M-E. A resume is a document that lists your education, your job experience, and your skills.
I sent my resume to 5 companies this week.
So, in an interview, what could a simple answer sound like?
Let's listen to an example together.
Okay, listeners, listen first, then we'll talk about it.
Sure. My name is Corey, and I've been working in teaching for about 5 years now. I really enjoy helping people build confidence, not just knowledge. Outside of work, I love learning new skills myself. Right now, that's improving my Spanish. I think that keeps me a better teacher because I remember what it feels like to be a beginner.
That's a strong answer. Let's break it down.
First, name and a short summary of experience.
Second, what you actually enjoy about the work, not just the title.
Third, a personal detail that connects back to the job in a natural way.
That last part is smart. It shows the interviewer something real about you, but it still connects to the job.
Exactly. Let's listen to it one more time, slowly.
Sure. My name is Corey, and I've been working in teaching for about 5 years now. I really enjoy helping people build confidence, not just knowledge. Outside of work, I love learning new skills myself. Right now, that's improving my Spanish. I think that keeps me a better teacher, because I remember what it feels like to be a beginner.
Notice how short it is. It's not a long speech, maybe 30 seconds when you say it out loud.
30 seconds? That feels much more manageable than I expected.
Manageable. M-A-N-A-G-A-B-L-E. Not too big or difficult. Something you can handle.
Breaking the big project into small steps made it feel more manageable.
Great example. And here's a tip. 30 to 60 seconds is usually enough for an interview introduction. You don't need to fill 5 minutes.
That's a relief. I thought longer was always better.
Not at all. Short, clear, and genuine is much stronger than long and nervous. Let's talk about something else now. What to do if you feel nervous while introducing yourself.
Oh, this is important. I still get nervous sometimes, even now.
You? Really?
Yes, especially with new people or in a formal situation.
I think that's completely normal. Here's a simple tip. Take a breath before you start speaking.
Just one breath?
Yes, one slow breath in and out. It sounds small, but it helps your voice sound calmer, and it gives your brain 1 second to organize your thoughts.
I actually do that before every episode of this podcast.
See? It works.
Another tip, smile. It sounds simple, but smiling actually relaxes your voice and your face.
That's true. A smile changes the way your words sound, even if the other person can't see your face, like on a phone call.
Wow, I never thought about that.
And here's one more tip. Speak a little slower than you think you need to.
Slower.
Yes, when we're nervous, we naturally speak faster. Slowing down gives you time to think, and it actually makes you sound more confident. Confident. C-O-N-F-I-D-E-N-T. When you trust yourself, even if still a little nervous inside.
She spoke slowly and clearly, and she sounded very confident, even though it was her first interview. I love that example because it shows that confidence doesn't mean zero nervousness.
Exactly. Confidence means you keep going even while feeling nervous.
So breathe, smile, and slow down. 3 simple tips.
Simple, but powerful.
Corey, I want to talk about one more situation. Meeting new friends, not an interview, not anything formal, just a casual conversation.
Casual. C-A-S-U-A-L. Casual means relaxed, informal, not serious or formal.
We had a casual chat over coffee, nothing too serious.
In a casual situation, your introduction can be even shorter and more playful.
Let's hear an example.
Hey, I'm Orus. I just moved here a few months ago, actually. I'm still finding my favorite coffee shop, so if you have any recommendations, please tell me.
That's such a natural way to start a conversation.
And notice, it ends with a question. That's a great trick.
A question at the end?
Yes, ending your introduction with a small question invites the other person to respond, and suddenly you have a real conversation, not just an introduction.
That's such a simple, useful trick.
Do you have any recommendations? What about you? Have you lived here long? Any small question keeps the conversation going.
I'm definitely going to use that trick this week.
Good job, Orus. That's a great goal. Okay, let's do a quick round of examples together. I'll give a simple sentence, and Orus, you make it sound warmer using what we've learned today.
Okay, I'm ready. My name is Orus. I like reading. Let's see. Hi, I'm Orus. I always have a book with me. Right now, I'm reading something about history, which is a bit new for me.
Nice. Much warmer already. One more. I have a dog.
I have a dog named Max, and he basically controls my entire morning schedule.
That's a great, funny example, and it's very real.
Real-life examples are always the easiest to remember and the easiest to speak naturally.
Exactly. My quick breakfast is a banana. That's a real, simple example, too. Small, real details like that make your English sound natural.
Corey, before we finish the main part of today's episode, I want to remind our listeners of something important.
What's that?
Your introduction changes over time, and that's okay.
Oh, that's such a good point.
If someone asked you the same question 5 years ago, would your answer be the same?
Not at all. I've changed so much since then.
Exactly. Your introduction changes because you change. You're learning, growing, trying new things, meeting new people.
Your story is always being written.
I love that. It means you don't need to find one perfect final answer.
You just need an honest one for right now.
Beautifully said, Corey.
So, the next time someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," don't panic.
Just share where you are right now. That's enough. More than enough.
I think that's the biggest lesson of today's episode.
What's that?
People don't expect a perfect introduction. They simply want to meet the real person behind the words.
And that's what makes a conversation meaningful.
And now, before we finish, it's time for my favorite part.
I was wondering when you'd say that.
Let's explore some useful vocabulary one more time, all together.
Corey, can we talk about one more small situation? Something a lot of people forget about.
Sure, what is it?
Introducing yourself online, like a short bio for social media or a work profile.
Oh, that's a great point. So many people freeze in front of that little empty box.
Bio, B-I-O, short for biography. A bio is a short description of who you are in a few sentences.
I need to write a short bio, but I don't know where to start. The same rules apply. Genuine, simple, a little detail, and something that invites people to connect.
Example, teacher by day, coffee explorer by night, always learning something new. Right now, it's Spanish. Short, but it already tells me 3 things: job, hobby, and something you're currently learning.
True. A lot of people write something very stiff, like a resume.
Stiff. S-T-I-F-F. When something feels too formal, not relaxed or natural.
His email sounded a little stiff, so I asked him to write it again in a friendlier way.
Good example. One more tip. Read your introduction out loud before you use it. If it sounds strange, change it.
A simple trick, and it works for speaking and writing. Let's do one more quick practice round, Orus, this time with our listeners in mind.
Okay, question 1. What is your name and where are you from? Question 2. What do you do during the day? Question 3. What do you enjoy in your free time? Question 4. What's something new you're learning right now?
If you can answer those 4 small questions, you already have a full, natural introduction. No memorizing, no perfect script, just your real answers in your own words.
And remember, it's okay to pause. It's okay to say sometimes. It's okay to laugh at yourself if you forget a word. That's what makes you human, not a machine.
Exactly. People remember human, warm answers far more than perfect, robotic ones.
All right, everyone. Let's do our full word tour. We used a lot of great English today, so let's review it clearly.
Yes, this is where our English becomes more natural. Even if you understood most of the words already, hearing them again really helps them stick in your memory.
Stick. S-T-I-C-K. When a word sticks, it stays in your memory, like it's glued there.
Glued to your brain. Okay, word tour, let's go.
First, genuine. Real, honest, not pretending to be someone else.
People liked him because he was genuine and kind. Or being genuine is more important than being perfect.
Next, invitation. When someone asks you to join or share something.
Tell me about yourself is an invitation to connect, not a difficult test. Or, I received an invitation to my friend's wedding.
Next, achievement. Something you worked hard for and completed.
Learning a new language is a real achievement. Or, finishing the marathon was her biggest achievement this year.
Next, routine. Something you do regularly, usually in the same order.
My morning routine starts with a cup of coffee. Or, a simple daily routine can make life feel calmer.
Next, extraordinary. Very unusual, much more than normal.
You don't need an extraordinary life to have an interesting story. Or, the view from the mountain was extraordinary.
Next, meaningful. When something matters to you and has real value.
Family dinners are meaningful to me, even when they're simple. Or, find work that feels meaningful, not just impressive.
Next, curious. When you want to know more and you love exploring.
Stay curious. It makes learning English so much easier. Or, she was curious about different cultures.
Next, reassuring. When something makes you feel calmer, less worried.
It was reassuring to know that even native speakers forget words sometimes. Or, his calm voice was very reassuring.
Next, manageable. Not too big, not too difficult. Something you can handle.
30 seconds is a manageable length for an introduction. Or, breaking the task into small steps made it manageable.
Next, confident. When you trust yourself, even if you still feel a little nervous.
She spoke with confidence, even though she was still learning English. Or, confidence grows every time you practice.
And finally, casual. Relaxed, informal, not serious.
We had a casual conversation at the coffee shop. Or, keep your introduction casual and friendly when you meet new friends.
Great list.
Let's do a super quick review one more time, fast.
Genuine, real and honest. Invitation, an open door to connect. Achievement, something you worked hard for. Routine, what you do regularly. Extraordinary, very unusual and special. Meaningful, something that truly matters. Curious, wanting to know more.
Reassuring, making you feel calmer, less worried. Manageable, not too difficult to handle. Confident, trusting yourself, nervous or not. And casual, relaxed and friendly.
11 great words for today. Well done if you followed all of that.
Seriously, good job. That's a lot of vocabulary and you're already using it just by listening carefully. Okay, let's do our full recap now so everything really sticks before we go.
Today's big question was, tell me about yourself. Why does it feel so hard? Because we try to give the perfect answer instead of just being genuine.
We talked about a simple structure, name, background, what you do, and your free time or something new you're learning. Your story doesn't need to be extraordinary to be interesting. It just needs to be real.
We practiced a job interview version. 30 to 60 seconds is usually enough. We shared 3 tips for nervousness: breathe, smile, and slow down. And we practiced a casual version too, ending with a small question.
And most importantly, your introduction is allowed to change over time because you change over time.
I think today's biggest lesson is this. People don't want your perfect answer. They want the real you.
Speak with honesty, speak with curiosity, and don't be afraid to let people see the real you because your experiences, your hobbies, and your journey make you unique. No one else has your exact story.
And now our community question.
Yes, every episode we ask one fun question and we really do read your comments. Today's question is a nice, easy warm-up one. What's the first thing you do in the morning?
For example, you could answer, my quick breakfast is a banana. Or, the first thing I do is drink a big glass of water. Or, I check my phone for 5 minutes, even though I know I shouldn't.
Write your answer in the comments, in English if you can, even just one simple sentence.
And here's a bonus. Try adding one small detail, like we practiced today. Instead of, I drink coffee, try, my mornings always start with a strong cup of coffee. It's basically my alarm clock.
That small habit, adding one extra detail, is exactly how you build stronger, warmer English, little by little, every single day.
We read every comment, and your answer might inspire someone else who is also learning English right now.
So don't be shy. Practice a little today, right here in the comments.
Okay, announcement time. We have a full collection of English learning PDFs waiting for you right now. Speaking challenges, vocabulary flashcards, conversation workbooks, native speaker phrase guides, IELTS practice packs, and more.
Everything you need to practice English outside of this podcast, all in one place. And right now, 40% off with code DEP40. DEP40.
Link is in the description. Grab it before the offer ends.
And of course, if today's episode helped you feel a little more confident about introducing yourself, please click like, subscribe to Daily English Podcast, and share this episode with a friend who needs to hear it.
Send it to that friend who always says, I don't know what to say when people ask about me. This episode is exactly for them.
And don't forget, we're also on Facebook and Spotify now. Search Daily English Podcast on either one, hit follow, and you'll never miss a new episode. You didn't waste this time today. You invested it.
In your English, in your confidence, in yourself.
We are so proud of you. Seriously, well done for listening this far and for practicing along with us.
This was the Daily English Podcast with Corey and Orus.
Until next time, speak with confidence, stay curious, and be very kind to yourself.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Your progress doesn't stop here. Click the next video. We have more real conversations, more useful phrases, and more confidence-building English waiting for you right now.